All right, good morning, everybody. What's going on? Give me a second here while I update the pages, and we'll be good to go in a moment. There we go. All right, what's happening, everybody? Let's take a look at what's going on this morning. So we got futures right up against resistance at the 13 EMA. What's up, Big Bear? What's up, Trader 2413? So, kind of bear flagging here. See if it can move up, get above Fibonacci here, and we'll look on the hourly. It is above the 200 on the hourly. It is kind of trading sideways, so we shall see what happens. So yeah, market's up against resistance. Not a surprise, guys. Got midterms by next week, so hopefully by after it's over, we'll choose a direction. Ideally, which would be nice. So let's see what we got here. Let's look at the watch list first, and then we'll look at trade ideas. AEZS kind of popped up pre-market, looking to see if there's going to be a possible continuation day on this. If it can get above that 230 range, I'm actually going to move it up to 231. That wick right up there. Not loving it right now, but we'll keep an eye on it. CMCM has kind of a bigger double bottom, kind of doing a bull flag or a kind of a falling wedge right now. So we'll see if this one can go and break out and get above that 273 marker or 973 and see if we can get above that $10 range. Again, right now, not looking so hot. Let's look at AMRC. AMRC could go either way. It is easy to borrow. So I had a big couple days. Obviously, it could pull back, but I was looking to see, again, is it going to go up and broach all-time highs? We'll see. Maybe forming a big cup and handle pattern, possibly. So this one should do either go up or go down, so don't be surprised if it gives back some of its gains and pulls back to this area here, that 1540s area. What's up, my bear? What else we got? So far, not really digging too much of anything right now. Again, with the watch list, you got to watch for market open and see what happens. Now, this one might be interesting. You can see kind of a bigger cup and handle. And, kind of maybe doing an ascending triangle on a 5-minute. So this one might be interesting with the patterns, the cup and handle, ascending triangle. Let's look at the hourly. Resistance around 350-ish or so on the hourly. So this one might be interesting to watch. Again, has the daily resistance at the 50 and the 20 right now. So we're going to keep an eye on that one. CVM. EXTR. Another kind of double bottom on the daily. See if it can get above that 50 with some possible continuation upwards. Again, this is one we're just going to keep an eye on for right now. Not, got to watch and see what happens at open if it gets some volume. And EVLT. This has a bullish harami on the daily. Watch for some possible continuation. Resistance around that 476 at the base of the gap. So right now, so far, I like CVM the best from the watch list. We post the Zoom link every day, people. Every day on our website. Right here. We post this every morning. There we go. All right, so what else we got here? Thien, I think, was asking about Baba. Yeesh. Baba's caught up right smack in the middle of these moving average lines, the 13 and the 20. It is above the 200 though, so it has some room, but so it's right in smack in the middle of resistance right here. So, I mean, it could go up there. It just has to get above the 13 and the 20. I'm not a huge fan when price gets caught in between the moving average lines like this. You know, possible double bottom here on the daily. So, I'm not a personal huge fan right now, so. Let's see. Let's look at SLS on Trade Ideas. Thien, I would give Thinkorswim the time, because Thinkorswim is pretty awesome for options. It seems complicated at first, but they are really good. Oh, really? If you get denied for options, then you unfortunately you have to lie. So when you go for approval on options, you have to lie to them to get approved. It's just kind of the process. They can't tell you that you have to lie to them, but you have to say that you're experienced, say you've been doing it for a few years. Don't go overboard. Just make it sound like, don't say you're like super advanced, but don't say you're not advanced either. So you gotta lie to get approved for options, unfortunately. So SLS kind of has this head and shoulders here. Head, left shoulder, right shoulder. Yeah, that's unfortunately what you got to do. Especially if you're new to options. Kind of has a symmetrical triangle. And pattern's not the hottest right now. Let's take a look at the hourly. Possible. This one might get a jump. So it is hovering above the 200 on the hourly. May keep an eye on this one. So possibly SLS. Let me see here. Fit. Let's look at fit. Fit might be interesting. So fit right around 550 pre-market high. Wait, oh, there we go. That didn't work. There we go. So smack between that 50 and the 200. Needs to get above the 200. If it can, this one might have some room to run. I'd be careful around $6. So we'll see if it can hold its highs. It is kind of selling off a little bit right now. So keep an eye on fit. Good old tops. So tops is pumping right now. See if it can get above that 244 for some continuation. You could see some support right around that 215, 220-ish. Crappy pump and dump stock, so we'll see if this one gets a pump up. Good old shippers. I'm not seeing a whole heck of a lot that I love right now. Also, Bond says, how can someone get experience with option if no one approves you without experience? Exactly. That's the crazy, that's the crazy game with options. Unfortunately, you have to lie to your broker. That's just the process. So whenever you apply for options, you have to lie, especially if you're new with options. So don't say you're super advanced. Don't say you're a beginner. Say you've been doing it for maybe 3 years or so, and you're kind of intermediate or something to that effect. And then you usually get approved. Even if you got denied, just reapply again and just lie. And then they'll approve you. That's typically the game. Solo. I would still do Think or Swim again, Thien. I mean, Interactive Brokers is good, but I mean, Think or Swim is really good for just everything. Yeah, guys, it's true. Solo. Let me look here. If I love it. Not much I'm liking this morning, guys. Not a whole heck of a lot. Let me look at NBEV. Possible, but NBEV is caught right in between the moving average lines. Not quite sure, Anka. Again, with anything when you're trying to get approval with trading, unfortunately, you gotta kind of lie a little bit. Bunch of garbaccio this morning. Ugh. Let me look at FEYE. Guys, remember also, too, the reason why there's a lot of not much to look at is markets caught right in between resistance levels, so it affects the movement of these stocks. Kind of an inverse head and shoulders on the daily. Pathasau, just try deleting and delete your cache and cookies. Then log in. There we go. So yeah, this one's FEYE might be moving up. Needs to get above that $19. Kind of a symmetrical triangular or a bull pennant right here on the daily. Might possibly move up, but it's a little bit too close to resistance. So what am I looking at here? Ugh. Not much. Not a whole heck of a lot, guys. Let me split my screen here. Maybe fit. Still kind of sloppy looking pattern. Let me see on the daily again. It's caught right in between over here. But if it can get above it, might have some room to run. So possibly fit. It's looking iffy at the moment. It is holding on the 5-minute kinda right now. we'll see if it holds the 5-minute. Can get above that 550 to 560 marker. I might keep an eye on the CVM over here. Again, not much volume. I do like this cup and handle pattern. It is, well, it's getting closer to the 200, but you know, it has some room to that 350-ish marker. You know, kind of a ascending triangle. This I don't like, that little small gap up, so it could pull back some. So I don't know. I might just keep an eye on. There we go with fit. Fit's kind of holding right now, so we'll have to watch and see how this plays out at open. So might be one of a crazy old fun day today. So we'll see. So now we wait 2 more minutes to the opening bell. Wow, Thien, that's a nice setup. Dang. That's legit, real deal. If you guys are watching on YouTube, we shut off the chat in YouTube because we do all of our chatting in our trade rooms. Again, if you haven't joined us yet, you can head over to bullishbears.com. We have our day trade, swing trade, futures room. We do alerts, watch lists each day. We have all of our courses over here for you guys to take. We do our live streaming up in here. And you could subscribe right up over in here. So we shall wait and see. Thien, that's a pretty sick setup. Here's Thien's setup here that she has, or he has. It's he, right, Thien? Great. Nice. Dang, look at that. See the Bullish Bears over here too. That's a killer setup, Thien. Dang. Nice. So with fit, you want to see fit get above 550 and hold, and then get above that 560-ish here. If it can get above 560, it might have some room to run. And opening bell. Here we go. So now you need to see pre-market high hold. Again, beware of resistance right around just below 560 on fit. So about 560-ish resistance, 550-ish or so support. CVM is gapping up. Just be careful. It definitely needs a lot more volume. So watch, see if it pulls back and gives you a pattern. It's not looking so hot at the moment here. Possible doji reversal. Yeah, I'm watching AEZS to the side. It's just selling off at the moment. Tops might be making a move up. Maybe not. Whoa, dang, look at fit. So next up with fit, look for $6 resistance around 560-ish or so support. Be careful here. I had a real quick move up. Don't be surprised if it pulls back. CVM kind of pausing, not looking so hot at the moment, so not digging that one at the moment. I'm keeping an eye on ELVT. I might take a look at that one in a moment. Not a lot of volume, but let's take a look here. Let's look at So ELVT, this says is bullish harami here. This one might have a move up towards that 476 area. Let's look at the hourly. That's right up against that 20 EMA. If it can get above that 20 EMA, it might have a little bit of some room to run. So I'm kind of watching this area here. See if it can hold, get some volume, and push up. And as you can see with FIT, got right up here, dumped right back down. I will take a look at PXS right now. Let me move ELVT over. So you guys can see it's kind of pausing here. I don't like that. I want to see some volume come in. So these are ones that sometimes they have to just play out a little bit. But, you know, keep an eye on it, see if it gets some volume. Let me look at PXS. So obviously $3 definitely resistance. And pre-market high, that wick, that 285, some support down here around 264. Very overextended, so I'd be careful with this one right now, PXS. So PXS has some support right around that 265. Needs to get above that wick right here, that 285, and it's got resistance $3. Not looking the greatest. David, he's promoting, he's pumping PXS. Still keep an eye on it right now. Might be doing a cup and handle on a 1 minute. Again, remember guys, these are pump and dump stocks. So PXS, low floater. Be careful with this. So this may be forming a cup and handle. So kind of as a cup, if it can hold here, this thing may have a pump above this 285 area. And watch again, this needs to get above that 286 and then get above $3. Jack, that would be Dan. Yeah, Dan. Let me hold on. I'll text Dan. Keep an eye right here. Possible cup and handle needs to hold this 285 and then get above $3. Be careful after the pump. If this thing goes and gets a pump, just be very careful. Jack, give me a second. I'll ask Dan. Hey, can you fix the surging volume window? People say the symbols. Okay. Okay, cool. Thanks, Dan. So still keeping up. There we go with ELVT. Needs more volume. Again, not much volume. So you guys can see with PXX, it's not over with yet, but it's just very sloppy and all over the place. CVM is still moving up. Again, not much volume. EXTR might be creeping. Still not a lot of volume. Let's see some of these other ones. Bunch of Garbaccio. Not much. Looking so hot at the moment. Keep an eye. Actually, no. I'm not liking this one. So ELVT, watch this one and see if it comes and pulls back and forms a bull flag. Don't like it right now. It's very spotty at the moment. I would like to see it get some, definitely more volume. So, you know, these are ones you got to be kind of careful on. Sometimes they don't get enough volume, but they do move up. Fit, there we go. Let's take a look at Fit again. Fit kind of has that ascending triangle-ish pattern. So right up here, excuse me. So Fit, some support around that 560-ish range. Next up would be $6. Be very careful of this long flagpole. At this point, I'd watch for a pullback. I'll put this over to the side. You want to be careful of those bigger flagpole candles. So I would watch for a 5-minute pullback on Fit and see if you have a chance. You got to be careful on these over here. So these wicks up here and kind of the bigger flagpole. So at this point, I would like to see a 5-minute pullback, maybe form kind of a possible bull flag for possible continuation up. But tops might be trying to make a run here. I don't like that wick, that shooting star pre-market. EXTR is moving up. See, some of these are on the watch list have some decent patterns right now, but the volume's not kicking in. So like EXTR, it is getting above yesterday's high of this 563, kind of that ascending triangle. Let me actually do this. So this one, I mean, it looks pretty good, right? Ascending triangle moving up. Not much volume, though. But there's room to run to maybe that $6 range if it can go. And you can see kind of a double bottom. So it's one to keep an eye on. Again, I'd like to see it get more volume. And with Fit, again, I'm waiting. I'd like to see ideally a 5-minute pullback. See, CVM, another one. Not a lot of volume, so it is moving up. Don't really like the pattern. So on CVM, I'd like to see kind of a pullback, maybe a flag on a 5-minute, and then look for a possible entry. I just don't like this kind of gapping up setup here. Yeah, I see SLS too. I might look at that. It's just very sloppy. I'm not a huge fan of that nasty wick on the 5-minute, but it could get a pop. It's just, let me look at the 1-minute. Maybe moving up. It's a lot. It's just very messy. Maybe a cup and handle forming. So if it can get above that 150s, it's got this range to contend with. So it might get a pop. So keep an eye right now. Fit has possible tweezer tops here. So either this is going to dump or it might give you an entry, but careful these tweezer tops reversals. So EXTR might be pulling back. So you guys see this? Kind of a flat top, pulling back right now. So I want to see if this thing, right on a 5-minute here. So right here, looking if this gives you a small little, you know, if the 9 EMA will catch up, push it right here and see if it can break above right here and get above that 570-ish area. So again, not a lot of volume, but might be stair-stepping up a little bit. Again, if it can stay above that 570 range, might have some room up to $6 potentially. Higher float stock, so this one's going to move a lot slower. And you can see with Fit, guys, that tweezer top right back down. So ideally, these are the types of patterns we want to look for, these flags and these ascending triangles. Again, you want to see more volume coming in, but you know, if you watch, you know, these ones right here, These are ones you can kind of ride the 9. If it gets more volume and the pattern starts to play out, you can ride the 9 until you get a candle close below that and stop out if you'd like. Very sloppy. Let me look at dries. I hate that stock. I hate even bringing that stock up to anybody. Dries and tops. The moment you look at it, pulls right back down. Ugh. Let me look at CLVS. Tweezer tops, possible reversal forming right here. Creed, what's up, buddy? I don't like much of any of these patterns, guys. Tops is dumping. EXTR still slowly building, right? That double bottom pattern. Looking at a 5-minute. And it's still shaky right now, but might be forming one of those diagonal flag patterns here. I want to see it get above that 570. So you have that 560 resistance, 570 or 570 support, 560-ish or so support, 570 is resistance. PXS again. Let me pull that one up. Now, FIT maybe getting a bounce right here, right off VWAP, right up to 580. It's a crazy looking tweezer tops at the moment. Don't like that, but man, that's nasty. So watch right here if this will give you a little bit of a flag possible. See what it's doing. So kind of look right. Let's see if I can go to a 1 minute. Yeah, not as much on the 1 minute, but it might be forming in a possible ascending triangle on a 1 minute. So watch this one to see if it can break above that 580. It's a little bit all over the place at the moment. Let me pull up PXS again. Dang, these are very sloppy today. Very sloppy patterns. CMCM, I was looking for a possible bear flag back to the moving average lines. Again, not a lot of room. I'd like to see more room. I might actually move. Let me look over here for stocks that are selling off. Keep an eye on EXTR. That one still slowly moving up. So these ones get a little bit trickier when you have flags that kind of go like this. They get a little bit trickier to trade. So let's see if this one can continue and get above that 5,670-ish marker. So it's just kind of trading flat right now. Want to see it get above 570. get some volume. ELVT. Another one, still kind of trading, right? So these are the types of patterns, again, that we're looking for. But ideally, we want to see more volume coming in. So you might have a flat, kind of a flat top break over in here. I would look next up around 450 or so. Those whole and half dollar amounts. So you can see it's kind of riding the moving average lines. But again, you want to see more volume come in. And fit, still keep an eye on this one right here. Kind of that roller coaster, possible ascending triangle getting set up. You can see on a 5-minute, maybe possibly flagging. Potentially on a 5 minutes, a little bit sloppy, so moves up, pulling back here. See if it can go and break out over that 580. EXTR still slowly moving up, might be doing an ascending triangle, flat top, needs to get above that 567-ish marker, slowly building volume, still not much though. And fit, still holding that 9 EMA, again, just watch out for this potential ascending triangle forming. What's up, James? Keep an eye right on fit. See if this can get above 580 and hold. You do have a nice looking ascending triangle right there. This might be a really nice one if it can get above 580. There we go. Now watch if 580 can hold. Next up, watch for $6. Watch out for the pullback down to 580 potentially. Tweezer topping on a 1 minute. Right back down to 580. No coincidence. So guys, be aware right now, market is selling off. So many of these stocks might start having more reversals. Again, it's been kind of a slow morning, not much going on, but don't be surprised if many of these start falling back down. So fit, we're going to watch this one, see if this 580 will hold, if it gives you a possible bull flag here in a 1 minute. Again, be aware of $6 resistance, 580 support here, and needs to get above that 587. So we'll see if this gives you a flag entry on a 1 minute, or if it's going to dump and form a possible head and shoulders. Keep an eye on this here, this 587. Might be doing a flat top break. There it goes. See if that 587 can hold. And EXTR is not looking so hot anymore. Let me pull up CM. Again, not a lot of volume. I don't like the bear flag here. I was looking right here on a 5 minute. Because I was seeing it selling off. Okay, it's a little bit too close to the moving average lines. I was looking at a possible dip buy, but on my other screen it looked a little bit differently. So now look up for fit at $6 resistance. support around this 587-ish area. There we go. Watch out for possible reversal on fit. See if 587 will hold. So it's stuff like this we're starting to look for, guys. Like these patterns, right? You can see kind of a bull flag right here. $8 resistance, kind of a cup and handle. You can see an inverse head and shoulders. And this is a 5-minute setup right now. Right, so you can see possible bull flag on a 5-minute. You can see an inverse head and shoulders, possible cup and handle, $8 resistance, a smaller candle to risk off of 762. It's still kind of bigger than I want it to be. So this is where we would look at this. This is where we start to drill in a little bit closer and see, okay, right here, that doji candle, 762 down to 741. It's a little bit more than I want. 20-cent risk. Can you make 40 cents? 760 to 8. So if you risk 20 cents, you have the potential to make 40. So there is a 2-to-1 profit loss ratio. Let's look at the 1 minute. Again, kind of it's still sloppier. I don't love it by any means, but this is where we start to drill in. Okay, there are pattern setups here. Let's look at the daily. And this one's been selling off, but you got to be careful, right between the $8 to $8.22 resistance. And so it's caught up right in between here. Nasty looking setup. But this is kind of the stuff we start to drill down into and look at the patterns. So you see, okay, this one might have a pop. Keep an eye on Veco. Want to see these moving average lines separate, push price up, and you can kind of see here again. It's sloppy, kind of sloppy looking, but you can see kind of an inverse head and shoulders, a cup and handle. Watch if price can push up. I'm more of a keep an eye on fit. Right here, watch out for a possible flat top break, 593. I'm more of a larger cap, day trading options, that kind of stuff. So keep an eye on 593, $6 resistance, 587 or so support. So yeah, I'm more of like this type of, if I'm trading smaller cap stocks, I like more of this, a little bit more reliable. And here we go with, see that? Real quick with Veco, careful of $8 resistance now. Real quick move, watch out, tweezer top back down. Right back down, see that? Watch for flat top right here on fit. There is kind of a spinning top on a 5-minute, so be careful. So flat top on a 1 minute, kind of tweezer tops on a 5. Now watch and see right here if fit will hold 593 and then get above $6. So now we can do this. Be careful of this. It's got kind of a rising wedge pattern. Yeah, like kind of like this. So be very careful right here. Be careful of resistance. So it kind of has that rising wedge. right back down. Watch out for support. Watch for this to fall potentially. So $6 resistance. You know, you can kind of use this 9 or 13 as support. Yeah, Santa Quinn says this market can't make up its mind today. That is for sure. Fit's got to try and make up its mind too. Just be careful, guys, when you're in a rising wedge like this, once it gets squeezed at the top right here, you need to see it break out. But you can see it starts to kind of converge in up here, and price is kind of trading in the center here. But watch out, you know, this at some point may want to fall, especially with the market being a bit shaky. Dang, Creed, that's a long day. So this is what I'm looking at kind of on a 5-minute with Fit. So you guys see this? Kind of has that rising wedge pattern. So it's right up here. It has to break out above $6, but it's starting to get very shaky. So it needs to break out above $6. Right near $6. Watch $6 resistance. Let me pull up AIMT Lorraine's talking about. So again, right up at resistance here with Fit. See it right back down here. See if it forms a bit of a bull flag for another pop. We'll see. Otherwise, watch out for a possible reversal. Remember, it is squeezing at the top of that rising wedge, right? So watch out for a possible reversal. Just keep an eye on it. Yeah, AMT. So AMT had a nice kind of pattern and move today. Kind of that ride the 9 strategy, which is really nice. So again, be careful of Fit. A bit overextended now on AIMT though. Yeah, this is very overextended. So just, yeah, if you're looking at AMT, be very careful. Watch for that to potentially pull back. Did kind of have an inverse head and shoulders breakout today. All right, so now with Fit, we're going to see if it holds this 592 area, possibly forming. Oh man, I got to clear my drawings here now. Right here, needs to get above $6. So it is riding the 9 right now on a 1 minute. See if this can hold and then break out above 6. If it breaks above 6, you want to see $6 hold. Be very careful because on a 5 minute, right now it's tweezer topping. So again, very overextended. Be very careful on this one. Watch for a possible pullback. It's stuck right between that 5 SMA and $6 right up here. So we'll see if it gives you another possible entry for a break above 6. Let's see what next up would be after $6. Heavy right up in the 620s area. Yeah, big flagpole up on the hourly. Be very careful of fit right now. So this one can go either way. Just be aware it's really overextended. If it gets above 6, 6 is going to be extremely, right now, important resistance level. But if it gets above it, it'll be extremely important support level. Remember, it has this kind of this rising wedge pattern. $6 needs to get above. There it goes. Now $6 needs to hold. Watch out for a possible retest with fit back down to this 604, 605 area. And keep an eye on that 620-ish area for resistance. Possible reversal forming on a 1 minute here. Possible doji reversal. Could go either way right now. Again, watch resistance up in the 620s, support down in here, 605, then $6. Possible reversal, spinning top candle. Right back down. Remember I was telling you guys about this Veco one, right? Broke out. So if you risk that 762, it went up to, look at it. So this is where you want to really look at the patterns. So you saw this inverse head and shoulders, cup and handle, bull flag, smaller candle to risk off of, moving back up. And now watch out for resistance right here, right below that 50 SMA. So this was a really nice move for those of you guys that were looking at Yeko. Again, not a lot of volume right now, 600,000. And by the way, what I tell you with fit, see that? Didn't get above 620, failed right back down. Told you the reversal was going to happen. That rising wedge, and look what's happening. Now it's not looking good. Flex is another one CW is saying to look at. So with Flex, so it's in the gap right now. It is moving up. Careful, you have a rising wedge kind of pattern going on right now. Possible flat top. This is one to keep an eye on. Needs to get above that 818. Kind of that ride the 9 strategy. Is building kind of that rising wedge. Kind of an inverse head and shoulders here on the hourly. Just careful these spinning top candles. So right now, if we go back to the daily, it's right in this gap. Needs to get above that 820s area. And it's struggling, see, right around that 820 marker. See, can I have about 5 if you're asking myself? Oh, SLS. Right. Let me pull up SLS. So SLS right here, watch out for possible double top if it can't hold that 170 marker. Some support right around this 160s. And then look up for $2 next. So if it can't hold this 170 area, watch for possible head and shoulders formation. Right now, it might be kind of somewhat double topping, but right now, if this fails, then you have a head, possible left shoulder, head and shoulders pattern. So that 170 is a very important level. Still keep an eye on flex, needs to get above. As far as knowing if SLS is going to get up to 190, nobody knows. Gotta watch, right? Gotta watch support resistance. Not looking so hot right now. Could it go up to 190? Yes. Could it dump? Yes. Not looking so hot at the moment. So what concerns me on SLS, you can see this left shoulder ahead over here. Now this thing's either going to dump or maybe it gives you another flag pattern, but look at all this volume selling over here, that doji candle. Again, that 170, very important marker. No problem. I don't like the pattern. Yeah, see that? Right back down. Now you have a head, left shoulder. See if it bounces. If it bounces, still needs to contend with that 173 marker. ELVT is one that I'm looking at right now on my other screen. So ELVT, again, slowly moving this morning. What possibly intrigues me right here is on the 5-minute. So this might be looking to break above that 450 marker. I'm looking right here on the 5. Possible bigger cup pattern forming, but I saw a little bit of a pullback. This may be forming a flag. See if this can go and break above that 450. So again, this is what we're looking for, guys, are these patterns. Again, a bit overextended on a 5-minute, which I don't like, but I like to see these patterns. Right here, watch and see now if it can hold that 450. Slowly building volume. So it needs that 451 area to hold. There we go. See if 451 will hold. Yeesh. PXS is all over the place. Careful of ELVT. I don't like this candle forming right here. SOL. Let's take a look. So be careful right here in ELVT. Don't like that. I was concerned about this, and now I'm really concerned about that candle. SOL. That would be blank out of luck. We'll see. $2 resistance. Got some support right down here. Had a flat top break above that 180. Careful now of this reversal candle on a 1 minute. And then look, so $2 in that 209 area. Oh, nice. Ask Dan on that. I kind of trim mine down more. I used to when I was kind of growing it out more, but now since I'm a YouTube sensation, I don't want to have a big giant beard. So I have to try to look good for you guys every day. I'm kidding. Stud, right? That's because you only see me from the neck up. You wouldn't be saying that if I showed you from the neck down right now. Got a man gut going on here. Yeah, I don't usually use beard oil. I trim my beard a little bit shorter today. Tim, are you calling me stunning? If you are, thank you very much. I really appreciate that. Let's look at fit again. So it did have a bounce off the 9 EMA on 5 minute. That's really nice of you, CKN. I don't use it much, but Dan might. And then if anybody in the trade room wants some beard oil, go for it. Nice. See that, guys? Join the Bullish Bears, and then you have members giving away beard oil. Gotta love it. Hey, Don, just post a question in the trade room, bud. Oh, boy. So Sol pulling back right below $2. Not liking it right now. Keeping an eye. Again, don't like this pattern per se. Let me go to the 1 minute though and see. Maybe symmetrical triangle-ish. This is a little bit higher than I'd want it to be right up in here. Keep an eye on it. It does have a head, a left shoulder, kind of a right shoulder, head and shoulders-ish. Needs to get above $6. Keep an eye on it. Now, CVM is a little bit intriguing right now. If you guys look at CVM, it is building a flat top. So this one might be setting up, again, not a ton of volume. Not necessarily a bad thing, but you can see possible ascending triangle forming. A bit sloppy, obviously. But just keeping an eye on this one with the pattern. See if it can get above that 340s. Again, still a bit closer to resistance than I want. I was showing you guys earlier this big kind of cup and handle. But look now, if this can get above that 50 SMA, this thing might have some room. That 350 right here. Possible big cup forming. So if you can get above that 350-ish area, this one might have some room. Right here on fit. Watch $6, see if it can hold. Otherwise, watch for a dump on the right shoulder. And look at that. Needs to hold that 340. And both pulling up. See if this can hold here. That 340 area needs more volume. And right here, careful on fit on this right shoulder. Now going back to free stuff, if any of you guys have a connection or work for AEZS, I will take free clothes from AEZS. So fit is dumping. CVM moving up. And also be careful of 350. Now be careful of that 1 minute right in here. Possible gravestone candle forming. Support around 340s. Again, right near resistance. Needs to get above this level. Now watch on fit if this will hold a 9 EMA and get above $6 and break that left shoulder. Gravestone doji, careful of this. Creed, it's time for a meme, buddy. We need a good meme for today. Lots of garbage. I'm going to pull up PXS. Oh, without fail, Creed. Oh. That's great. Creed always has to work. Never let your foot off the gas. Bunch of garbaccio. Ugh. Yeesh. No thank you on this one. Let's see here. Let's see if we can find some reversals. Speaking of reversals. Come on, Thinkorswim. That's what I'd be looking for right here. This nice bounce back to the moving average lines. Now I'd be careful with AMAG. So fit, be careful. Head, left shoulder, right shoulder, head and shoulders. Seeking, that's funny. EXTR. Let me pull that one back up from the watch list. Again, kind of a double bottom on the daily. If it can continue up, keep an eye on $6 resistance. So it needs to stay above that 570-ish area. Big kind of double bottom-ish pattern breakout. Again, bit overextended on the hourly. If it can hold this area, it has some room to run. But just be aware it's a bit overextended. Thanks, Seekin. On a 1 minute, possible warning candles of a reversal. It's a gravestone and a doji, so be careful there. Traded Holly is good. We just don't use it very much. Some people like it, some people don't. We just use kind of the standard version of it, and we're happy. Yeah, Dan is working on a partnership, I think, with Black Box for you guys. Wow, very odd with EXTR right now. Fit may be holding. Not sure if he did yesterday. So looking at Fit on a 5 minute, keep an eye on this one right here. Now it might be holding the 9 EMA on a 5 minute. So keep an eye on Fit. Possible symmetrical triangle-ish. Keep an eye on it. Trying to see if there's any reversals, guys. See if there's anything to look at for possible dip buys. This would be the stuff I'm looking for. Falling, bullish around me, back to the moving average lines. Just like to see more room though. Let me look at CLVS. Clovis, there we go. Clovis is doing kind of a bullish Rami pattern right here. It got some support around 1150. Resistance around that 1450-ish area. Let's look at the hourly. So this one has some room. Watch out that $14 area. Let's go back to the 5-minute. A bit overextended, so be careful on this. Watch for a possible pullback. See if that $13 area will hold if it pulls back. Super overextended in a 5-minute, so I'd watch and see if $13 can hold. If 13 can hold, it might have some room. Might give you an entry. Let's look at a 1-minute. Yeah, so watch for possible bull flag on a 1-minute on Clovis. But remember, it's selling right back down, right? Right down to this $13 range. So at this point, it's a little bit sharper of a drop than I would like, but we'll see if it can hold $13 and go and break out or continue up. So that $13 is a very important area to hold. So watch and see if it can hold with Clovis. So we want to see if this will give you a flag entry for a breakout for some continuation. Yeah, keep an eye on FIT. See if FIT can get above $6 and hold right here. Watch out for tweezer tops forming on a 5-minute. Careful here. Also keep an eye with FIT on this 602 area as well. So possible double bottom formation forming on this symmetrical triangle. If it can get above $6, see if you can have a double bottom break. Still keep an eye on Clovis over here. Again, moving up, pulling back, has this wick to contend with. It's definitely slanted down more than I'd want it to at the moment. So I'd like to see a better pattern form here on probably a 5-minute. See if it can hold that 13 on a 5-minute for a possible move up. For those of you guys that can get shares to short, I'd look at possibly CMCM. Possibly. So it's kind of doing that bear pennant pattern, right? So watch out for this one to potentially fall. This might be a decent scalp potentially. So you guys can see this kind of this bear pennant-ish pattern, right? So see if this fails the moving average lines. It might be a quick scalp or short down potentially. It is at support. Got to bounce right back up to the moving average lines. But we'll just keep an eye on this on a 5 minute. See if it's a smaller candle and it fails. You know, might have a quick shortable scalp. Just keep an eye on it. Shortable on Interactive Brokers. Careful. SPY is going up at the moment. Futures. Let's see. There we go. CLVS might be bouncing right now. Let's take a look. So it's bouncing on a 5 minute right now. Fell back down to the 5. We need to go down to the 5 SMA. So this one, keep an eye on it. There we go. Needs to get above that 1328 marker. Man, that moved quick. Watch out for possible double top. If this fails right here, this could be a double top pattern. Right now, watch that 1328 if this will hold. Possible tweezer tops on a 1 minute. Careful here. Watch out for possible reversal forming here. And frickin' FIT is still slowly moving up. Watch out for Clovis. So I want to see if on a 1 minute if it holds a bull pennant to continue up, or if this is going to fail and then possibly do a head and shoulders. Do you want to see on a 1 minute with CLVS this thing go and break out? Just be aware it's a bit overextended. And SLS is moving up. Let's move CLVS over. Be very careful. It's showing some bearishness right now on CLVS. Let me look at SLS. I saw it on a 5 minute, but it's popping right up, coming right back down. Now be careful. Now keep an eye on this. This one might be forming an ascending triangle, potentially. Kind of a flat top forming right here. Keep an eye on 1337-ish or so support with CLVS. Keep an eye on 1350 or so for resistance. Right there, right? Falls right below that 1350. Be careful of that wick. Possible, again, possible ascending triangle forming on SLS. You guys can see here. It's a possible ascending triangle. 5 minute, definitely a lot sloppier. But again, possible ascending triangle. This wick is really nasty over here from earlier. Right here, struggling near this wick. Again, has to break that left shoulder on this head and shoulders. Head, left shoulder. Right at the right shoulder translates right into all that you see over here. This is all that right shoulder of that head and shoulders. Needs to get above. Fit maybe moving up. Let's pull Fit back up. Fit needs $6 to hold at 602 area now. And then 611 resistance. I'm keeping an eye on EXTR right now. So EXTR might be bull flagging on a 5 minute. Possible bull flag on a 5 minute. Again, not a lot of volume. That's not bad. You know, a couple 100,000. This might be a play for a possible scalp. Let's take a look and go in a little bit further. So it needs to get above that 578 marker. Possible. We'll see here on a 5 minute how that forms. Like that 9 EMA to catch up on a 5 minute. And then as we had said earlier, this has got kind of a double bottom on the daily. If it can get above that 580, next up, $6 resistance. So this might have a possible run up to $6. Got to play these patterns, right? So you can see the pattern, possible bull flag, got to watch and see. Maybe gives you a little bit of risk. You can see some support around that 572 and look for that 2-to-1 profit loss ratio. So 580 has the potential to get to 6, right? So that's a potential to make 20 cents. And you can see smaller candle depending what this comes out at. 578, 574, possibly risking 5 cents or so to potentially make $6. That's a good move if you get a decent setup on a 5 minute. Right now, it's still a little bit further away from the 9 EMA. So we've got to let this pattern play out. And FIT is still toying with people over here. So don't love it right now with EXTR on a 1 minute, but see if it can go and then possibly break out. So you can see lots of gaps and indecision here, which is not what I like to see. But sometimes this happens with these ones that don't get a ton of volume. FIT needs to get above that 611 marker. It's struggling with that spinning top and the 5 minute in that $6 area. It's got the kind of that head and shoulders. Yeah, let me pull up Yakko again. Yeah, that was a nice play from earlier. Watch for, again, a possible pullback on this one for an entry. CLVS, let me pull that one back up. That one might be moving. So you can see it's kind of holding. Might be doing an ascending triangle. Again, be careful of this 1345-ish area. If it can get above that area, next up would be $14. And it's struggling at the moment. Double topping. Yeah, so watch out for this, right? So it kind of has an ascending triangle, but also you have a, triple top now forming as well. So, and EXTR kind of moving out, retesting here. Don't like to see that, but if you go back to the 5 minute again, this is one again. So you had this little bit of a, so you can see it is kind of still holding here. So you can see 575, 575. So you actually do have a 2 cent candle. So I'm not saying to trade this one, but if you were looking at possible for risk management, if it can get above, so you're risking 577 down to 575. This is a 2-cent candle, and this has the potential to make 20 cents and move up to $6. Again, be aware of it's still a bit overextended on a 5-minute. Again, not saying to trade this, but if you look at a flag pattern, has the potential to move up. If it goes against you, you're risking smaller risk management. EXTR is a higher float stock, so it's going to move a lot slower, so less likely to pump and dump. So at this point, you know, you could, if you were to look at this trade, you could risk a 2-cent candle here. Doesn't mean it's going to go up, but this is what you'd be looking at. And if the trade goes against you, you get out. But again, be very aware of these choppy candles here. This can make it very risky. So not saying I love it, but this is the stuff that I'd start to look for. I'd like to see definitely more volume on it, but the 1 minute's definitely a lot more shaky. And CLVS is still holding the 9 EMA on a 1 minute, so watch for a possible ascending triangle. But on the 5 minute, it's double topping. So if you look right over here on the 5, it does have a double top. So be aware it's super overextended on a 5 minute. Nice job, Sandaquin. Look at that. CLVS, one little quick move up like that, huh? Right below that. 1350. So with CLVS, you want to see it hold that 1350 marker. I put it right about right here. And that 1347 as well. Fit moving up. Missed that one. Watch out for 611. Resistance. And CLVS is dying at the moment here, breaking the trend line. So careful of CLVS. That has tweezer tops, failing. It's super struggling. Keep an eye. Look at this, what I was telling you about, what I tell you guys about EXTR. Not a lot of volume, but keep an eye on this possible ascending triangle now. Remember, it's a higher float stock. It's going to move a lot slower. And that's an ascending triangle, so we'll see if it can hold above that 578. Still a bit choppy all over the place. Be careful of possible doji spinning top candle. But remember what I showed you guys earlier. Again, this is going to be one of those ones that stays slow. Even if you risked in on this, you know, you had a 2-cent candle. So you could decide, okay, it's 5-10 minutes later, do I get out or do I hold? Do I wait for it to fail? If so, you still have the 9 and the 13 down here. Even if it fell from 577 down to 572, it's still a 5 cent. So even that, it could look like a drastic drop, but it's still not that far down. PXM might be interesting. But it's got this, lots of resistance. This wick, this crazy looking candle in the middle. Let's look at the 1 minute. Keep an eye on it. If it can hold $3, it might get a quick pump. And EXTR is struggling at the moment. Yeah, everything's very slow today, guys. Possibly with Yakko, it's got a lot of overhead resistance. This thing really needs to try to pump, but it's very sloppy at the moment. Be careful on EXTR now. It might have a triple top at the moment. So I'd be very careful on this one with EXTR. It's a struggle and it's not getting above that 578. But again, this is giving you warnings. If you were to take a trade on this and it goes against you, you have basically 10 minutes. If it went against you, you could stop out right now for a 1 or 2 cent loss. That's how you can kind of minimize risk. Not saying to stop out, but technically, you'd still be in this trade because there is no candle close below here. But if you wanted to decide to get out of it, you have that chance to. It still does have an ascending triangle though. So again, just give you the heads up. There is still somewhat of an ascending triangle to some degree. EXTR still not dropping. Did So you guys can see you could still technically be in this one. Again, real slow mover. I'm going to start to wrap it up. I'm looking at CLVS still real quick. But so CLVS still kind of all over the place. But watching right here and see, you know, is this going to form a possible bull flag entry on a 1 minute, on a 5 minute? We'll see. Again, very overextended. Needs that 9 EMA to catch up and push price up. So, guys, today was a crappy day. Oh, keep an eye on EXTR. Still slowly moving. Yeah, so crappy day today, guys. Is what it is. This happens. Remember, midterms coming next week. Be very careful. I'm sure at some point, ideally after the midterms, we should ideally pick a market direction, which would be nice, whether it goes up or goes down. That would be very helpful. So in the meantime, be very careful trading. And for those of you guys that are not members yet, you can come and join us. We are the Bullish Bears. We have a huge community on Facebook, 34,000, something like that, members now. So really good community to help you with learning the stock market. Again, we also have community here in our day trade, swing trade, futures room. Guys, we don't call ourselves a community as a sales pitch. We are a community. We have always been a community from the very beginning. It's kind of that pay it forward mentality. So when I end the stream and take a nap or do whatever the heck I'm going to do, the show still goes on. You could be in the trade rooms talking and everybody's helping each other out. And that's the intention, guys, right? Of that constant building of community to help each other out, that pay it forward mentality. Thanks, Ken. Appreciate it. So we have our trade rooms over here that are open 24/7. We do our trade alerts and our watch lists. You're welcome, Anka. We share our trade ideas gappers every day. All of our courses over here, lots of courses. Make sure you guys take them. We open them back up for free again for y'all, so you guys can take our courses on our website. And we do our live streaming every day here. We do it in good days and bad days. And today was a crappy day. And right over here, guys, you can subscribe right up here if you're not a member yet. So feel free to come and join us. Y'all rock. You have a wonderful rest of your day. And keep an eye on EXTR, which I was telling you guys about. Now watch on the 5 minute, or watch right here. See if this holds. It's falling back right now, so you don't want to see that. Had a quick move up. Needs that 580-ish area to hold, but even if back here, again, didn't have a huge move up, but keep an eye on it. See here if it flags. Look at a 5 minute. Potentially concerning a little bit. So again, this is one of those ones in those high floater stocks, you know, very anticlimactic. You could still technically be in the trade, but you only be up 3 or 4 cents. So a bunch of garbage. Oh. Thank you, Carl. Carl says, I disagree, Lucian. You guys keep it from being a crappy day. Thanks for being in my ear. You're welcome. See, that was really nice. You got it, guys. Have a wonderful rest of your day. I'll probably post another option video. Guys, for those of you guys who haven't been paying attention, pay very close attention to our YouTube, especially with our options, guys. We have our options course on our website. Make sure you take it. This is where it really helps you to make money in any market. You know, we're going to teach you more with day trading options. You know, we're kind of basically, so I took our course, and if you've been noticing, I've been kind of redoing our course. So I've been putting out videos you'll see here on our YouTube. Let's go to the YouTube. We love YouTube. YouTube is awesome. Thank you, YouTube. So if you come over to our website or our YouTube, whom we love, YouTube, if you're listening. So YouTube over here, you'll see we have lots of videos coming out, and you'll see Matt Elrod and I have been doing a tag team on, look at all this content, guys, lots of content. So I've been redoing our options course, and I've been putting out some advanced ones with Matt Elrod. So you'll see we have some basic ones right over in here, and then some advanced ones, and basic, and then more advanced. So you'll see we're re-putting out a whole bunch of options videos. Yep, we love Google too. You'll see right up here. So basic, options, and advanced ones. And so this is what's going to teach you guys. So, as we go along here, if you watch these videos, again, options takes, you'll hear me say it over and over again, it takes a lot of time to learn options, but it takes a lot of time to learn trading, right? Remember, this is an education, right? If you're treating this like some kind of charity case and you want somebody to handhold you and, tell me when to get out of a trade, tell me when to get in a trade, do you understand? Can you tell me if the stock is going to go to $10 or $20? No, we can't tell you that. Nobody knows. We can teach you, though, support and resistance and how to learn. If you're coming into our community, you better come and work. You come to every single day and work and treat this like your own business. If you're coming in to treat it like some hobby and you want somebody to handhold you and give you hugs and kisses and tell you everything's going to be all right and tell me when to buy and when to sell, then we're probably not the group for you. I'll give you hugs and kisses, that's fine, but I ain't going to pretend that's all right. This trading's hard, guys. Remember. Trader says, can you just trade my account for me and guarantee my gains? Speaking of which, I had a friend of mine the other day, right? Love this guy. He's a good dude. He's got a lot of money. This guy's got a ton of money. And I'm watching the football game with him the other day. And true story. And he goes, so what do you think about them pot stocks? Can you tell me what he goes, I just bought a what was it? I just put 30 grand into this pot stock. I never even heard this name before, right? He said I put in 30 grand. And he just lost a whole bunch of money. What was this called? It was Med something. M-E-D. Med. Oh, what was it? Angel. Do you remember what the heck the name of that company was? M-E-D-M. There it is. Right here. M-M-N-F-F. So, what did I tell? Hold on. You guys want to get a good laugh? I'm only laughing. He's got a lot of money, so he can afford to lose it. I'm not saying we want anybody to lose money. So he goes, what do you think of this company? Where is it here? All right, here we go. Shoot. What was that? M-N-F. Here it goes. MedMen. Yep, here it is. This is it right here. So he said, we're watching the Patriots game the other night. He goes, I just bought a MMNFF MedMen or whatever the hell this is, and I just bought it at $7.57, and that day it just went and just tanked on me. I said, you idiot. Let me pull up the chart. I just pulled it up on my Thinkorswim. I just laughed. I said, you see this thing? Turn your hand around. Put your middle finger up there. There's your nice little FU pattern the other day. Bought at the top over here. And he wonders why the hell it happened, right? Just like everybody says, why does it happen? Like, when I buy this, does it drop? Because you bought at the top, right here. You bought at the top of a middle finger, and it gave you an FU right on the way down. You see this over here? That's your left shoulder. Head, left shoulder, right shoulder. If you're listening right now and you don't know what the heck I'm talking about, you got to learn this stuff. Very important, right? So my whole point being is we're not going to handhold and tell you when to buy and when to sell. We're going to teach you how to learn this stuff. Because if you can learn these charts and patterns and, angular support and resistance and all that good stuff, this is a skill set that you can have for the rest of your life. Support and resistance is never going to change. The market's going to go up, it's going to go down, it's going to trade sideways. There's going to be sectors that pump and dump, like pot stocks and Bitcoin. And, you know, at least from then on out, you'll know moving forward, okay, this stock is at a top. Here's a shooting star. Never buy this. This is terrible, right? Perfect way to lose your money. It's a good thing he's rich and put in his 30 grand. I said, oh, look out, by the way, if this doesn't get above that, if you get a pop up to that 550-ish area, you might want to consider selling since you got up here. It may get a pump, but this thing could easily fall right back down to $4, right? Support, resistance patterns. So I had a good laugh with him and just laughed at him and said, dude, you just bought at the top of a middle finger. Right back down. Head, left shoulder, right shoulder, neckline, head and shoulders. And there we go, guys. That's what I got for you. That was up. Keep an eye on CLVS, CLVS. Keep an eye on that for a possible break of 1350. CLVS. Watch it right here. See if that 1350 will hold. Careful right up at the bottom of that gap, right above that $14. Yeah. Oh, pumpers. Oh, I can't stand pumpers. Maybe someday you guys will let us be pumpers, right? We could have pumped up CLVS, made some good money. Dump the shares to you guys. That's how it works, guys, right? If I call out a trade to you guys to CLVS, right? Let me go into CLVS. Say, yep, got in right over here. Boom, get in. Pump it up. Hey, guys, got in CLVS, which I didn't, by the way. And say, oh, hey, guys, I got in CLVS. Everybody's like, oh, Lucian, he's a YouTube guru. He's a YouTube sensation. Let me follow him because he's on a YouTube and he's telling me when to buy. Let me go buy right now. Here we go. Let me chase me in. Boom, dump CLVS to you right back down. There you go. Pump and dump. That's how it works, guys. All right. You have a wonderful rest of your day. Take our courses. Learn. This is a great time to study. When the market's crap like this and in this indecision, go take our courses. This will keep you busy for a few months right here. This will keep you busy for a long time. But learn options, guys. Very, very important. So when stuff like this and the penny stocks are not running, you can go and learn how to trade bigger name companies. You can do day trade, swing trade, and then also we're teaching you spreads when the market's trading sideways and all that good stuff. So you guys have a wonderful rest of your day, and I will see you all later. Enjoy.